Save them or run. You are walking home at midnight. Rain edges the street like a knife. Your breath fogs in the light from a lone lamp. It flickers. You hear it before you see it. A scream folded into the wind. Your pace changes. Sharp, mechanical. You round the corner. There is a collapsed stairwell. A car, half in, half out. Down below, someone is trapped, a body wedged between metal and concrete. You can smell gasoline. You can hear the animal low of an engine dying. You see glass, blood, a hand reaching, fingers clenched on nothing. Your phone flashes 14%. No service. The street behind you is empty. The alley forward is a mouth. No cops, no heroes, just you and the raw, bright need to act. Time is not kind tonight. It jabs. Your heart is a drum pressed to the ribs. You consider distance. 6 steps down to the wreck, 10 steps back to safety. A car could slip. The structure could shift. The fuel could bloom. You size the stranger, young, maybe older. You do not know. It does not matter. They look at you with a shock that is half hope. You have no tools. You have one jacket and your hands. You think of phone calls you would never make. You think of faces that would wait for you. A memory uncurls. Your mother telling you to survive. Your father teaching you to run. Self-preservation is loud and economical, but the sound of the stranger's breath slices through that argument. You feel the gravity of a single decision, a pivot point. You are aware of everything at once. The smell of oil, the taste of metal. You step closer. Your shoes slip on wet pavement. You can see the fracture in the railing, a bolt sheared like a broken tooth. Your hands find warm human skin. They tremble. The stranger's eyes are glassy and huge. Trust without names. They whisper a word that could be a plea or a curse. You test the angle of the car. It settles an inch. A small avalanche. You could wedge a curb behind the wheel. You could force your shoulder under steel. There is a rational path and a merciless calculus. If you stay, you risk being crushed with them. If you go, you leave yourself exposed to a very plausible death. The world narrows to a single corridor of choices. You feel the ancient barter, life for life. You ask yourself what counts as courage and what is only panic. You move, not with noble certainty, not with cinematic calm, with the raw, clumsy motion of someone who must. You jam your hands into crevice metal. Your jacket tears on jagged paint. The stranger cries out, pain like a bell. You brace your shoulder against warmth and oil. The car shifts. For a second, it feels like the whole world tilts. You hear a crack, concrete giving. Your lungs burn. Your left arm pins. There is a small, precise agony. You think briefly of breathing into the moment rather than away from it. You work. Fingers find a belt. You loop it. You anchor it to the railing. The railing groans. It is a thin promise, but a promise. You pull. The stranger spasms. Then stillness. A small, terrified sigh. You taste metal and river water. There is no hero music. Only the scrape of shoe against metal and the whispering rain. You get the stranger halfway free. An inch becomes 2. You are gasping. The railing screeches. The car teeters like a beast about to leap. You see bright flickers at the mouth of the alley. Headlights. A pair of figures running. You have a second to decide everything again. You could keep fighting, keep risking until help actually catches up, or you could pull out now. Save yourself fully. Leave them tethered to a chance. Your brain runs statistics like a cruel accountant, but your body remembers a detail you had not thought of. Small hands, a crooked smile in an old photograph. It is not an argument. It is an inheritance. You choose. You choose to hold. To take the worst margin, you wedge your body under the weight. You feel ribs compressing. The moment tastes of iron. Behind you, the car shifts again. The feeling is of a world trying to fold you into itself. You think of sending a message to someone after, and the absurdity of it makes you laugh in a thin, broken sound. Hands finally find purchase under the stranger's arms. You pull with everything left. A femur cracks like a branch. A scream rips free, and then, slowly, a breath. You push, and the railing holds. The stranger slides up, coughs, clings to you. They are wet and shaking and alive. Then the universe mocks you with mercy. A hydraulic snap from the car. A panel gives. An ember hiss. You are pinned. Metal holds your torso. Fire begins to flirt at the edges of your jacket. Help arrives as a chorus. Shouts, the clatter of boots, a cord of hands pulling. Hands that are not yours free the stranger. They are dragged out like a reclaimed thing. You feel the tug. A rescuer's hand finds your shoulder and pries. You resist, partly instinct, partly the 10,000 small economies of sacrifice. Someone throws a blanket over you. Someone yells for a cutter. You stare at the stranger being carried to safety. Their face turns toward you, mouth forming a thank you that is too small, too late. Sirens bloom. The night fills with clinical light and urgent voices. You are lifted. Pain blooms from broken places. In a stretcher, you float between two worlds. You think of the option you left behind, the one you did not take. A nurse asks your name. You can barely speak. Outside, someone murmurs your description. A witness, a hero. You don't correct them. You do not feel like that. You wake days later. The hospital smells of bleach and tiny impatience. Your body aches in places language did not invent. The stranger visits quietly. Thin flowers, a face stitched with gratitude. They laugh where you had thought you'd hear fear. There is a scar at their temple. They take your hand, and it is clumsy and terrible and sacred. You realize the choice did not end the night the car almost ate you. It rewired you. There are nights you dream of a shadow you could not pull free. Waking, you hold your chest like a man checking a wound. People say you were brave. People ask how you knew. You tell a small story about a railing and a belt. The truth is worse and better. You realized in the dark that choices come with echoes. Saving someone does not absolve you from everything that was lost. It adds weight to what remains. You live with the memory like a light left on in the house. Sometimes it is warm, sometimes it is sharp, but you also learn that the world can lean on small acts and not collapse. At odd moments, you see the stranger's smile. You keep it like a map. You cannot unsay the minutes you chose. You cannot unmake the way your hands moved. And in the quiet, when rain starts to cut its own small paths down the window pane, you understand the thing that has been lodged under your skin all along. You would do it again. You do not say it as a boast. You say it like a confession. I chose to save them. But what happened to me next is something I never expected.